What is up, YouTube? And this is pretty much a first video for me. I have never done anything like this. I am just going to talk about recent shit in the gaming community and talk about what is going on. In the past couple of days, there's been a lot of buzz about the recent release of Arena Breakout Infinite and how they have a pay-to-win mechanic actually in the game that they pretty much said they wouldn't do. So I've got some touch points on my screen that I want to go through, and let's talk about it. So it's actually sparked some pretty intense debate with pretty much every person on all sides weighing in exactly what pay to win actually means. So this conversation has taken over social media and is forcing some developers to address their own monetization plans, which is pretty actually rare because they don't discuss that because they love to rinse our pockets. So they're actually getting pretty much hammered on all social media, and now Delta Force Horcops has entered the chat. So their lead developer responded on Twitter to a username called Chase10784. For the love of God, please change your username. Numbers are no go in the gaming community anymore. We don't do that. We're not 2012. Anyway, back to the topic. I actually think it's pretty much important to break this down, because what does this mean for new and upcoming games, and what does this mean for new games in the extraction genre? So Chase10784 said, will you have paying for in-game currency? And ABI said no pay to win. Yet you can now pay for in-game currency, which is pay to win and ruins the integrity of the mode. So Chase raised some pretty good concerns on the Delta Force Reddit, asking if the game would have in-game currency. And the lead developer, Shadow Go Out, said this: I can promise that this will absolutely not happen. This is a clear standard we wanted to set for our game. As a dedicated FPS gamer myself, I made sure our team placed great importance on the global player experience and community. Now, this sounds very similar to what we've heard before from Arena Breakout, and we all know what happened there. So whether a Delta Force has pay to win is yet to be seen, but he did elaborate on more plans, and they clarified this. Primary content we offer for our players to purchase includes weapon skins, character cosmetics, and battle passes. First and foremost, our large-scale Havoc Warfare mode has no pay to win elements at all. We also promise that Technic Alloy, which is the in-game currency for Delta Force, as well as equipment in Hazard Ops, will never be sold. They must be earned through gameplay, participating in events, or trading with other players in the auction house. We will not sell items directly, unlike other games. The highest level of safe boxes, which is a 3x3, will also be available for free by completing missions in our Hazard Ops mode. But this is where we definitely need to be cautious, because where it says that high level saves can be obtained by completing missions, it doesn't necessarily rule out the possibility of them being purchasable for real money. And we definitely need to look into the words that these developers actually use, because they can skew the truth, and they can also lead us in one direction and then actually just drop something else when the game drops entirely. And that's because they didn't actually say that the saves will only be available through missions, and that actually raises a bit of concerns, and it's not exactly reassuring. I think they would have probably eased the tension from other games controversies if they just said they can only be contained through missions. They also mentioned that saves will be given away during community events, which is kind of interesting, and they also said that rewards will be included in future battle passes. So there's actually generally a lot of excitement around this announcement, because finally, will we get a game company that does what we want and not lock everything behind a paywall? Because not everyone is made of money, I guess. But I'm definitely cautious, because look at ABI's marketing strategy. They said no paywalls, and then the game release time, everything's behind a paywall, like the safes, the key rings, everything. Like, you can't even expand your inventory without defaultly paying for it, and it's subscription based, which is an absolute no-go. But ABI is playing the game of semantics, claiming that it's technically not pay to win, yet the entire structure of the Arena Breakout is pay to win, because that's what it is. Somebody said here, if Arena Breakout Infinite isn't pay to win, then nothing is. That comment sums it up perfectly. And considering that Delta Force is owned by Tencent, the same company that owns Arena Breakout Infinite, it's no wonder why people are actually skeptical. Some people are actually taking the developer's word, which is great, but I just don't trust anyone. So when Delta Force Horcops was actually first announced, it didn't generate much excitement. However, after the recent playtest, there is actually a noticeable shift. I can see a lot of content creators jumping on the more Delta Force than ABI, which is definitely great. And the game definitely appears to have the level of polish that normal Western AAA titles definitely have, which is often costs like 70 to 80 quid, where Delta Force is actually free, which is like, so how are they going to earn money if they don't have pay to win? I guess they do battle passes and skins, but I don't see that happen. I don't see that making them like crazy money. The ongoing debate around around pay to win and in-game currency revolves around how developers can earn money. They already have the option to sell skins, battle passes, and other various content. So why do they still need to sell in-game currency? The developers of Delta Force have claimed that they didn't want to go down the pay to win route, and I do really want to believe them. I do. Like, I genuinely want to believe them. But witnessing the tactics that Arena Breakout and the marketing strategy that they've implemented doesn't really give me any hope. All I've got to do is sit here, wait to see the game fully released, and let's see where we land and see if we actually get a game that we were promised. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Are you excited about Delta Force? Do you have any concerns? If so, leave them in the comments. And do you believe the developers when they say that they aren't going to put pay to win in their game? My name has been NERFMODE, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.